Hi, and welcome to this video as an introduction to the works of Gann. Gann was a famous technical analyst in the 1900s to the 1920s, had an uncanny ability to be able to forecast moves in the market with an absolute amazing accuracy. Now at Market Analyst we've had a lot of interest in the works of Gann, and we've included many of his techniques in the software and even our base versions, but also in specialized Gann versions that we have available as well. What I'd like to do today is just show some of those features so you can see how Market Analyst has implemented some of the theories and the principles of Gann. One of the first things we need to do obviously is open up a chart. So we're just going to go new chart and bar chart, and let's open up the SP 500 from Bloomberg. What we can do here is we just zoom out and look at the data. And one of the key things that we see with Gann is that we need to work with turning points in the market. So we're going to zoom in on the March 2009 low, and I'm going to go to my speed menu here and look for my Gann fan. Here it is. We'll select that. And what I should do, because Gann is all about being precise, so I'm just going to turn on my lock. So I'm going to lock right on the bottom of that bar. And we can just put our fan there and zoom back out. And what we can do then, if we click on the tool, we can extend those lines. So this is Gann fan angles. When you look at Gann's original charts, he had these all over his charts. And you can see how the market, for whatever reason, we'll never really understand why, seems to respect these lines and treat them like support and resistance, even though they are simply a mathematical calculation from this top and bottom. There's a whole separate video in our Tool in Focus series on the Gann fan, and if you'd like to know more about that, you can have a look at that video as well. Another tool, let me just delete this, which is of a lot of interest, is the Gann square from the top and bottom. Let me just zoom in on this bottom again, and we'll add this. Now this is a squaring. Gann had a lot of work done around squaring and squaring tops and bottoms in the market, and this is the implementation that we've done for that. And one of the things that you'll really notice when you look at this is, again, just how these geometric lines, all calculated from this one point, continually be respected and provide support and resistance to the market. And then how these key vertical lines, which become key dates, become these amazing forecasters of activity in the market. And right up until just this recent bottom, right again on one of these lines. So it's a fantastic area of study, and again, this is just a brief introduction, so I don't want to spend too much time looking at that. Another one which is worth looking at, let me bring up a currency, the Euro US dollar. Let's bring that chart up. And this has always been a fascinating one, is if we come here and we look at our time price labels. Now this is another tool that we've created in Market Analyst. And it's just a little label, but what I can do is add another label here. And put that there. And we might even add a third one. And we'll put that in the middle here. Now one of the things that we know from Gann is that 144 is a very important number, and what this allows us to do is to look at bars, and it looks at days. I just need to change the label. I want to add on my calendar days on this as well. But one of the things that's of great interest to me is that this range in price is 0.145, or very close to 144, that all-important Gann number. And again, from here down to the low, and I've actually missed that low, so I'm going to zoom in and bring that right to the bottom. There we go. and 144 again. So we can just keep seeing this number, and the more you study Gann and the more you look at this, you just start seeing these numbers happen again and again in the market. So that's just some of the tools. There's a lot of tools that we have in the Gann area. If we come into here, you can just see that there are a whole host of different tools, and they're all very powerful tools in being able to just assist you as you analyze the market and look for key reversal dates and key reversal prices. A couple of other things that we have in the Gann edition of Market Analyst is we can come along here and we can say, let's open up our square of 9 chart. For those that may be familiar with the traditional wooden chart, this works in a very similar way, but the beauty is that it's all on your computer and you can have a lot of control over it. So we can increase the maximum number of rings. I can use my mouse wheel to zoom in and out. So I could zoom in on a price, and let's just say the market was at 1561. And then I can just zoom out and I can look for just key points in the market, key points on the square of 9. And these then become important prices that I may want to watch. So if we bring this around to there, I then know that all of these prices from a square of 9 perspective are important prices based on my starting point. Now, of course, we actually have tools that make that easier as well. So for instance, if we came back in here again and we went to our dynamic square of 9 tool, we can add that to the bottom of this. And let's bring that there. We're just going to zoom out. And what we're going to do with this is let's just extend those lines to the right. And I want to put a factor on this. And so we're multiplying the factor by 10. And straight away, you just get some important, you see this little head and shoulders pattern through here, and the shoulders are right on that line. You can see this point here, the top at the 240 degree line. Again, at the 270, we've got resistance, and we're continuing on. If I drag this down, I can see that 315, hey, it may be that the market's going to turn on that, and that could be a great price for me to be watching on the S&P 500 for a turn based on this Gann principle. But as with any analysis, it takes a lot of testing. You've got to have confidence in it. And so that's where Market Analyst has been built, so that you can try these techniques with history. You can implement things even like our training mode, where we can just hide the data and then you can just start adding bars at a time. Zoom in on that. You can add bars and then you can just test your strategy. Say, well, I would have entered here, and then we keep going and I would have exited. And then we can look at the report and we could see how well we would have done in that scenario. Some of the other chart styles which are of interest, obviously with the square of 4, the hexagon chart, the wheel of 24, they're all different types of analysis that Gann was using. But also another important one is the Gann swing chart. So if we come along here and we will do the SPX again, and this time what we're doing is the Gann swing chart. Now Gann called this swing chart his master trend detector, because we've taken time out of the situation and all we're looking at is the trend going up or is it going down. And we could change this and say, let's make it a 1 week. And so now we're just looking at weekly trends. So we can say, is the trend direction of our weekly chart up or down? What I actually like to do is have a Gann swing chart like this for a weekly. And let's just add another one, SPX. I'm going to use my tab key to tab that in. And we can leave that as daily. Maybe I'll put this here. So I've got my bar chart there, and now let's do another SPX. I'm going to just tab that across. Again, what it's done is Market Analyst has added a bar chart, but But I can say, let's make this a 1 month, and I want that to be a Gann swing chart. And let's just zoom in, just reposition that. And so I can very quickly and easily see that my weekly trend's up, my monthly trend is up, and then I've got my daily. Now, of course, I can add a Gann swing chart over the top of my bar chart. A little bit hard to see, so let's just zoom in. I might even give some different colors here, just so they're a little bit more obvious what's going on there. And so you can see these swing charts being added. Again, in our Market Analyst tool on Focus, we go into a lot of detail about Gann swing charts, explaining how they're constructed and how you can use them. I certainly hope this has been of benefit. It's just giving a small taste of some of the Gann features of Market Analyst. There's a lot more beneath the surface. Market Analyst is an extremely in-depth product that has been created to help people, whether they're just starting out with trading or they're a seasoned analyst and they need to get to some very complex calculations and complex searches.